Before I start this video, if you've not subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, please click the like button, share this out through social media, and leave comments in the comment section. I'm going to be discussing something that may have slipped through the cracks this week with all the news regarding Harry Potter, and that is Amazon has greenlit the final 2 seasons for The Rings of Prime.
Fuck.
That's pretty much how I feel about it too, Geralt. What's really confusing here is how do you greenlit a television show that's basically cost you over $1 billion? You've lost 50% of your viewership season premiere to season premiere. From the beginning to the end of season 1, you lost 63% of your viewership, and the average cost per episode is $62.5 million. There's just no justification for any of this. A television show, any television show, would be canceled at this point. Also look at it from the standpoint of Amazon did cancel a much less expensive show, at least I'm guessing that, in The Wheel of Time after 3 seasons, when it was scheduled for 8. And its failure was definitely one of the contributing factors in Jennifer Selke getting canned. And Jennifer Selke is basically the epitome of didn't earn it. She is a didn't earn it to the max. I hope she never gets hired again. I pity anyone that hires her. She has no business running a McDonald's, more or less a movie studio. But actually, let's go into an article and find out what is really going on here. The Lord of the Rings, and I hate saying that, The Rings of Prime survives under Bezos' protection for full 5 seasons. Amazon's Jeff Bezos personally shields the Rings of Power cancellation despite its $1 billion budget. The fantasy epic, really? No. Gets full 5-season protection under Bezos' magical halo, even as cheaper shows draw bigger attention. Yeah, one of those cheaper shows is Reacher. A huge fan of that. Love it. And it doesn't cost 1/100th what this show costs. I'll guarantee you that. It is a cheaply made show that gets billions of views. And this show is shit. And when it's done with its run, it is probably going to cost around $1.6 billion. It will be the biggest money pit in television history. But let's read a little bit more here. The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, will complete its planned 5-season run on Prime Video despite being TV's first billion-dollar series. First billion-dollar flop is more like it. According to the new report from The Ankler, Amazon boss Jeff Bezos personally protects the expensive fantasy show under his magic halo, ensuring its survival regardless of costs or viewership concerns. There's no viewership concerns. They just fucking hate the show. Okay? And I get Bezos is a self-proclaimed Lord of the Rings fan, but if he's actually liking this shit, he isn't a Lord of the Rings fan, because this isn't the Lord of the Rings. Let me tell you that right now. Tolkien is rolling over in his grave because of this fucking show. Let's continue reading, though. All right, some key takeaways. Back up a little. The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, will run its planned 5 seasons on Prime Video. The series has become TV's first billion-dollar production, including rights and production costs. Jeff Bezos personally protects the show under his magical halo despite internal concerns. And yeah, it's more like devil horns and a pitchfork. Season 3 is expected to release on Prime Video in 2026. I think it's around June. Amazon faces a $20 million per season kill fee to the Tolkien estate if canceled early. That isn't $40 million doesn't even cover one episode of this shit show. So that ain't the concern. The money ain't the concern. If you had bought the rights, promised the 5 seasons, signed off on the kill fee, and just not produced it and gave them $100 million, you'd be more ahead than you are right now, Bezos. What keeps the Rings of Power protected? That's a good question. According to the Ankler's report, Jeff Bezos maintains personal backing for the series that goes beyond typical business matrix. That's still under Bezos' magical halo. A source revealed that's protected for its run. This protection comes despite the show's massive production costs and mixed internal reception at Amazon. Really? There's people inside Amazon that hate this shit too? Wow. Okay. Amazon TV boss Peter Friedlander reportedly visited the set to reassure creatives they get to finish the story. Oh boy. Though the exact episode count might flex between 4 and 5 seasons. Well, if it doesn't do 5 seasons, you're going to owe $20 million. But like I said, that's a drop in the bucket. The commitment stems from Amazon's original 2018 deal with the Tolkien estate, which included a 5-season production promise. Yeah, that was pretty stupid, but whatever. How much does the Rings of Power actually cost? The series has reached unprecedented spending levels for television production. No fucking shit. Amazon paid $250 for the initial rights deal with the Tolkien estate, publisher HarperCollins and New Line Cinema in 2018. Yeah, they had to make a deal with New Line because New Line owned the Fellowship of the Ring. Actually, I think they may own all the books, which is why Amazon only got the appendices. But I could be wrong about that. Season 1 alone cost north of $465 million to produce. With individual episodes costing around $20 million each. Well, that wasn't the math I did earlier. Okay? I mean, when you balloon everything else in, I think that's where you get to $62.5 million. When you spread the cost to how much it was to get the initial rights and then everything else, the total budget balloons to approximately $1 billion when including rights, production, and marketing across all seasons. There you go. This makes it the most expensive television series ever produced, surpassing even major film franchises in per episode costs. Yeah, this is like shooting a fucking series of movies. This is like a trilogy. It's a very expensive trilogy at that. I mean, I'm trying to think. Maybe like the sequel Disney Star Wars shit costs more. Maybe the last 2 Avenger movies cost more. But, we're comparing apples and oranges here. Movies are always supposed to cost more than television. And this is definitely bucking the trend. Production costs reportedly decreased for season 2 and 3, though specific figures weren't disclosed. Well, that isn't totally true because for season 2, they had to move from New Zealand to England, and they had to rebuild all their sets. So that isn't exactly accurate. What's the kill fee situation? Amazon faces significant financial penalties if it abandons the project early. The company owes the Tolkien estate $20 million per season if it fails to deliver on its original 5-season commitment. That is fucking nothing. Are you retarded? That's not significant. That's like an episode or 2, tops. It may not even be a full episode when you include everything and you spread it out over the 2 seasons. Now, of course, that's going to drop down because those fees, they get more spread out. It becomes cheaper. But the point of the matter is $20 million, $40 million to cancel the last 2 seasons is a drop in the bucket. All right. If it fails to deliver on the original 5 season commitment, This kill fee arrangement effectively traps Amazon in what the Ankler previously described as a Lord of the Rings nightmare. No, the Rings of Prime is a Lord of the Rings nightmare. Bezos, this is pocket change, $40 million. I'll tell you what, here is what the problem is. And I'll guarantee you, this is a billionaire whose pride is hurt. All right? Because between the Wheel of Time and the Rings of Prime, they were supposed to have something Game of Thrones-esque. They thought this was going to run for a long time. They thought they were going to get huge viewership. They thought they were going to get a whole bunch of new subscriptions. And it's totally gone the other way. And Bezos has already had to partially concede defeat by canceling the Wheel of Time after 3 seasons. They didn't even get halfway through the original commitment. Okay, that probably bruised his ego big time, and he took it out on Jennifer Sulky, and she deserved it. No doubt about it. Fuck her. Go fuck yourself. But this kill fee is nothing. Zero, zip, nada. I'm telling you, it's his pride. He won't admit defeat a second time. So he's going to do whatever it takes, however amount of money it takes. He doesn't care, which is kind of funny for somebody who's made billions of dollars. Usually they're a little bit more careful with their money. But his pride has definitely got him into this mess, and it will not let him out. The financial obligation explains why some industry sources suggest Amazon should cut its losses and move on. Oh, yeah. Do it for the fans, too, as they keep leaving. I mean, nobody's watching this shit. Nobody wants to watch this shit. Tolkien is like spinning in his grave over this shit. You know, Christopher Tolkien didn't like the original Lord of the Rings, Peter Jackson's versions. He did not like them. If he was still alive today, I can't imagine what he would say about this shit. Cheaper productions like Reacher and Fallout, yes, I mentioned Reacher earlier, reportedly generate bigger audiences at a fraction of the cost. Exactly. Making the Rings of Power's expense even more pronounced with Amazon's content portfolio. Yeah, no shit. Talk about a big red mark on your bottom line. When and where to watch it in the UAE? Why am I getting this? Who cares? I'm not in the UAE. How did that even pop up? Is this like some UAE article and I didn't realize it? Never mind. Moving on. How many seasons will the Rings of Power have? Well, I think we're pretty much know it's 5. Lord of the Rings of Power, I wish they quit saying that, is reportedly on track for 5 seasons as per Amazon's initial rights deal with the Tolkien estate. Jeff Bezos' personal backing ensures the series will complete its planned run despite high production costs. What is the budget? The series is believed to be TV's first billion-dollar series. No, that's a fact. Not believed. That's a fact. This includes a $250 million rights deal and over $465 million for season 1 production costs alone, with marketing and additional seasons pushing the total to approximately $1 billion. Like I said, a lot of that, the production cost was building the sets and everything like that. And you did have some of the sets left over from Peter Jackson. So it wasn't like a complete refurb. But when they went to England in between season 1 and 2, they had to rebuild everything. So it's hard for me to believe that season 2 didn't cost like at least $300 million. It had to have. You had to rebuild all the sets, and then you killed a horse. And there was a whole bunch. I think there was a fire. I mean, there was a lot of shit going on. And you're going to tell me that it didn't at least cost like 300 million, I don't believe you. When is the Rings of Power season 3? Thank you for not saying the other part. Releasing season 3 of the nope. The Rings of Power is reportedly due to hit Prime Video later in 2026. I thought it was like June. Maybe I'm wrong. No specific release date has been officially announced by Amazon yet. I thought these things also always released in June, right along with House of the Dragon. Maybe they're getting off of that. Maybe getting their ass kicked by House of the Dragon the last 2 seasons has shied them away. Maybe they'll go into the third quarter. Maybe they'll go into the fourth quarter. Who knows? Why is the Rings of Power continuing despite high costs? Amazon boss Jeff Bezos is reportedly personally keen for it to continue under his magical halo. Additionally, there's significant $20 million. I wish you'd quit saying that. It's not significant. Not when you've spent $1 billion already. $20 million per season kill fee payable to the Tolkien estate if Amazon fails to deliver on its original 5-season plan. Yeah, I would quit. All right, I think I am right. I think this chick is from the United Arab Emirates. Dima Mahana. I could be wrong, but it sure sounds like it to me. Anyways, to summarize all this, Jeff Bezos has his pride hurt. It got hurt by having to cancel the Wheel of Time. And he has doubled down on the Rings of Prime. And he is going to continue to double down because, like I said, he's a billionaire. He's got a huge ego. It's been hurt. So he's going to do everything he can to fight back. And he doesn't care how much money he spends, which is kind of ironic for a guy who earned $1 billion, billions of dollars, although he did lose half of it to his wife because he's a philanderer. But whatever, he still has, I guess he has plenty of dough. I mean, when you got that much money, I guess you can have vanity projects. And that's all this is at this point. It's his vanity. It's his vanity project. And he just wants to get it done and say to everyone, I got it done, even though it's a complete pile of shit. He's building a big shit tower. And, you know, in the end, he's going to say, I did it. I finished all 5 seasons. All 5 seasons of shit. And who knows how many people will be watching it at the end. And with that, I think I'm going to end this video. So like my father told me when I was 18 years old, the free video's over. Get out.